Quick, someone traveled back in time and tell 3 years ago me that I'll end up liking Night at the Museum 3 more than Hobbit 3. And don't forget to shoot video of the look on my face. The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, is the conclusion to Peter Jackson's adaptation of Tolkien's story of The Hobbit. Drawing to a conclusion the story of Bilbo Baggins' journey of adventure with dwarves, dragons, wizards, and anybody else Peter Jackson decided he wanted to throw in there. It's an epic finish to what is altogether, if you include the extended editions, about a 20-hour film investment of time in Middle-earth. So let's just round up and call it a full day, shall we? And what a day it's been. Seriously, it really is hard to talk about these movies outside of the context of the entire series. So let's just ponder for a second the incredible work Peter Jackson and his crew have done on this franchise of films. Okay? Good? So now let's talk about how they screwed up Part 3 of The Hobbit. All right, I'm mostly kidding. Overall, I actually still dug this movie quite a bit. It's well acted, fun, inventive, well shot, often moving, and breathtakingly gorgeous, especially if you get a chance to see it in HFR 3D, which I'm praying is the future of cinema projection. And the performances are once again spectacular, with Ian McKellen, Richard Armitage, Cate Blanchett, Evangeline Lilly, and Benedict Cumberbatch. That's a lot of names, all putting in good work. And of course, I'm always up for whatever physics-shattering antics our pal Legolas might have up his elven sleeve. But the best thing, and what has probably been my favorite thing about these movies overall, was watching Martin Freeman become Bilbo Baggins. It's one of those rare cases of perfect casting and perfect performance coming together to make a character come alive on the screen. Freeman can own a scene with one well-placed sigh in the way that very few can, and his skill is the primary reason I will revisit these movies down the line. Because honestly, overall, it's been a bit disappointing, and this movie is no exception. Why? Well, at the risk of sounding like a broken record here, Peter Jackson took what could have been one great film and turned it into 3 good ones. Just like the others, this feels too long and too padded with unnecessary additions. Additions I gave a bit of grace to in the first 2 films because I assumed they'd pay off big in Part 3. But here's the worst part. They really don't. The parts that work emotionally, the parts that resolve well, it's all the Tolkien stuff. The stuff that feels confusing, shallow, and unfinished. It's the stuff that was added to make 3 where there used to be 1. In editing, you learn the power of addition by subtraction. Here, unfortunately, I think we get the reverse, and it ends up partially sullying the conclusion an epic like this might deserve. Overall, The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies is still a spectacular finish to an epic series. The wonderful acting, technical acumen, and gorgeous visuals make it worth a look on the big screen, even if the story feels padded with additions that don't seem to mean much when all is said and done. It's primarily on the back of Martin Freeman's solid portrayal of Bilbo Baggins that this one battles its way to a still disappointing B-. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. Stay tuned for this review's best ever challenge here in a bit. First, I want to throw some stuff up over here that you can click on. If you'd like to subscribe, which I'd very much appreciate, you can do that by clicking the big gray subscribe button. And if you want to see more, well, Annie and a new Night at the Museum are up this week as well. You can also click the logo right up here to go to yourmoviefriend.com, where you can find a searchable database of reviews, as well as the written text of these videos. And finally, this review's best ever challenge, where you name the best movie ever in a particular category, and also try to identify my choice. What is the best movie based on a children's book ever? Lots of great choices in this category, but I'm going with the one where a portly pink farm animal starts acting a little sheepish. Drop your own answer and a guess at mine in the comments, and the first person to guess mine does get a point. Thanks, and please subscribe.